In 1541, the Spanish conquistadors, led by Gonzalo Pizarro, stumbled upon a tribe in the jungles. The chief of the tribe had a long meeting with Gonzalo. Few days later, he left his vice-governor's seat in Quito, modern-day Ecuador, and went on a journey south, through the Amazon River. What he had set to achieve could outshine what his brother Francisco did prior, the man who conquered the Inca Empire and brought boats full of gold back to Spain. He was looking for gold, a city of gold. He was looking for El Dorado. The legend of El Dorado, a mythical city overflowing with gold, captured Gonzalo Pizarro's imagination and fueled his desire for glory. He was determined to outdo his brother, setting out on his own quest to uncover the secrets of the city of gold. So he recruits his childhood friend and cousin, Francisco de Orellana, whose loyalty and companionship empowers Gonzalo's resolve. Together, they embark on a journey guided by rumors and stories of the unreal riches hidden within the deep South American jungle. As they travel the rugged terrain, Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco de Orellana encounter a land teeming with wonders and dangers alike. The vast expanse of the Andes mountain looms before them, promising both obstacles and opportunities in equal measure. Despite their unyielding search, El Dorado seems to be out of reach, like a deep rabbit hole with no end. Nevertheless, Pizarro and de Orellana press onward, driven by relentless determination to uncover the truth. Their quest for El Dorado will test their courage, their resilience, and their faith in the face of adversity. And though the road ahead may be fraught with peril, they remain vigilant in their pursuit of glory. As Gonzalo and Francisco plunge deeper into the uncharted realms of the Amazon rainforest, they are met with a relentless barrage of challenges and tribulations. The verdant canopy overhead conceals not only the secrets they seek, but also the perils that lurk within. With every step, the dense foliage seems to conspire against them, obscuring their path and testing their resolve. The oppressive heat and humidity sap their strength, while the ever-present threat of disease looms like a shadow over their expedition. Despite their initial optimism, fueled by dreams of untold riches, reality soon sets in. Food becomes scarce, and the once boisterous band of explorers grows weary and desperate. Many succumb to illness, their bodies weakened by the hard conditions of the jungle. Most of the men are either dead, dying, or very sick. Pizarro lost 3,000 natives and 140 conquistadors. They have run out of food, eating their horses to stay alive. It's less a quest for gold and more a fight for survival. The expedition is on the verge of mutiny, and so they plan to build another boat to travel down the river. On December 26, 1541, Pizarro tells his partner, de Orellana, to take 50 men in the boat down the river, to find food and bring it back for the rest of the team. The current of the river is strong, so Orellana makes very good time. Unfortunately, it's 14 days before they find any food, and because of the current, they realize there's no way to turn around and go back. So they decide to just keep going forward. After 1 month, Pizarro realizes his old friend is not coming back. Pizarro thinks maybe they were attacked by a hostile tribe, but also starts to wonder if maybe his cousin has betrayed him. He ponders to himself, if I found El Dorado, would I come back? Perhaps the greatest challenge comes from the indigenous people who call the Amazon home. Francisco de Orellana and his men find themselves navigating a complex web of alliances and rivalries, each encounter fraught with uncertainty and danger. Their interactions with the native tribes range from tentative diplomacy to outright hostility. At times, they are met with open arms, welcomed as curious visitors from distant lands. But more often than not, they are met with suspicion and hostility, viewed as intruders encroaching upon sacred territory. One fateful encounter leaves a lasting impression on the Spanish explorers. They are ambushed by a fierce tribe of warrior women, whose ferocity and courage rival that of their male counterparts. These Amazonas, as Orellana dubbed them, based on the mythical Greek women warriors described by Herodotus, strike fear into the hearts of the Spanish, challenging their preconceived notions of gender roles and power dynamics. Orellana starts calling the area the River of the Amazons, and the name carries on to this day. Despite the dangers that surround him, Francisco de Orellana and his men press onward, his determinations unyielding. With each passing day, they inch closer to their goal, driven by singular vision of glory and conquest. Oriana continues. The swift current has carried Oriana teams even further, and they still haven't seen any trace of the City of Gold. Eventually, they meet up with the much larger Amazon River. He figured this is the sacred body of water that will eventually lead to El Dorado. First, it seems he might be right. As they get further into the Amazon basin, they start to see these great settlements, thriving cities with all the people adorning gold. These locals feed the Spanish and even teach them some of their language. They keep going, and they hear stories of even bigger, more opulent cities, deeper in the jungle. As they journey deeper into the heart of the Amazon, the line between myth and reality begins to blur. The fabled city of El Dorado remains as elusive as ever, unreachable for the Oriana. And though they may never uncover the truth behind the legend, the trials and tribulation of their journey will leave a mark on their souls, shaping their destinies in ways they never could have imagined. Finally, after 8 months and over 3,000 miles, Oriana and his crew reach the Atlantic Ocean. Even though he doesn't know it yet, Oriana has just successfully traveled the entire length of the world's longest river, and he's the first European to do so, but unfortunately he does it without reaching El Dorado. With the dreams of El Dorado shattered and their spirits battered by the unforgiving wilderness of the Amazon, Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco de Orellana each reluctantly begin their journey back to civilization. The once promising quest for riches has developed into a desperate struggle for survival, as they face the daunting task of navigating their way out of the jungle. As they return through the dense undergrowth, haunted by the specter of defeat, Pizarro and de Orellana find themselves grappling their way back. The allure of gold and glory has given way to the harsh reality of their circumstances, and they are forced to confront the limits of their own ambition, while many miles away from each other. Along the way, they encountered the remnants of their shattered expedition, a ragtag band of survivors, weary and downtrodden, their dreams of conquest dashed by the harsh realities of the jungle. Many of their comrades have succumbed to disease or starvation, their bodies left to rot amidst the tangled underbrush. Despite their best efforts to press onward, the journey back to civilization is fraught with peril at every turn. They must contend not only with the natural hazards of the jungle, but also with the ever-present threat of hostile indigenous tribes, who view them with suspicion and hostility. As they make their way through the uncharted wilderness, Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco de Orellana are haunted by the memory of their lost companions, those who fell victim to disease, starvation, or the merciless blade of their enemies. Their ranks diminished and their spirits broken, they pressed onward with grim determination, driven by the faint glimmer of hope that awaits them on the horizon. While they struggle to overcome the many obstacles that stand in their way, doubts begin to gnaw at their resolve. Pizarro wonders if they will ever be able to return home, while de Orellana grapples with the guilt of having led his comrades into the jaws of death. In the end, it is a shell of the men who had set out on their grand adventure that finally emerges from the depths of the jungle. Gonzalo Pizarro returns to Quito, a broken man, his dreams of glory reduced to dust. Meanwhile, Francisco de Orellana sets his sight on a new horizon, determined to redeem himself in the eyes of those who had once believed in him. When Orellana got back in Spain, he is focused on pretty much one goal, and that is to get back to South America. He is convinced that he came so close to finding the real El Dorado, so he basically threw the idea to everyone that he can do this, that he will find the City of Gold, that if he gets the supplies and the funding and the crew that he needs, he will be able to go straight to El Dorado. The idea is alluring. On May 11, 1545, Orellana departs from Spain. The disaster of his previous expedition is fresh in his mind, so he's attempting to be more than prepared this time around. He brought 4 ships and more than 300 men and supplies, to build an additional 2 ships when they get to the mouth of the Amazon, to help them navigate the river. He has everything he needs. He knows the way his time. Can't he fail? Or will he? They sailed first to the Spanish-controlled Canary Islands, where they spent the first couple of months loading supplies and getting the ships ready for the open seas. The next planned stop is the Cape Verde Islands, off the west coast of Africa, which is the Spanish also control. It is here where Orellana's expedition starts really to go downhill. There is an epidemic that kills 98 of his men, and then another 60 of them desert. He's down so many sailors that he decides to abandon one of his ships entirely and cross the Atlantic with just the remaining 3 ships. The Atlantic crossing is a disaster. From the outset, one of his ships is blown off course and he never sees it again. This cost Oriana an additional 77 men, more supplies, and all the materials that they were going to use to build those additional 2 ships to navigate the Amazon. Despite that, on December 20th, 1545, Oriana arrives on the east coast of Brazil. When he arrives, he has only 2 ships and fewer than 100 men. This is not a promising start to what he knows is going to be a difficult expedition. Oriana may have been here before, but this time he gets lost. The mouth of the Amazon is a wild tangle of tributaries. The group travels over 300 miles trying to find the entrance of the Amazon River. The journey is over before it's begun. They never even got anywhere near El Dorado. In fact, they never even got into the main Amazon River itself. And if El Dorado is hiding deep in Brazil, they'll never know. In the end, less than 40 of the original 300 men survive by making it back to the islands of Margarita, just west of Trinidad. After the collapse of Oriana's expedition, he's basically branded a liar. People begin to suspect that he made the whole thing up, or maybe he was just covering up for having abandoned Pizarro, or that he just wanted to secure funding for his next expedition. But the rumors of El Dorado sitting somewhere along the Amazon persist, and over the next 100 years, a handful of other expeditions to Brazil are launched, all of which turn up nothing. Eventually, the search for El Dorado in the Amazon appears to die out. Centuries after Gonzalo Pizarro and Francisco de Orellana ventured into the depths of the Amazon, the legend of El Dorado refuses to fade into obscurity. In December 2020, an unexpected discovery reignites interest in the fabled city, as astronauts aboard the International Space Station spot peculiar formations near Bolivia that resembles rivers of gold. These aerial images reveal the extent of illegal gold mining operations, hinting at the vast riches hidden within the Amazon. The revelation of these clandestine activities sparks a modern-day hunt for El Dorado, as scholars and explorers alike are drawn to the tantalizing possibility of uncovering ancient treasures hidden within the depths of the rainforest. Among them is Heiko Brumers, a renowned researcher leading a team of the German Archaeological Institute, who embarks on a quest to unravel the mysteries of the Amazon. Armed with the cutting-edge technology, including 3D scanning and LiDAR imaging, Brumers and his team set out to uncover the secrets hidden beneath the dense canopy of the rainforest. What they discover is nothing short of extraordinary, the remnants of an ancient civilization that had been long lost to the annals of history. Pyramids, temples, and intricate networks of roads and pathways paint a picture of thriving society that once flourished amidst the lush greenery of the Amazon. As they delve deeper into the heart of the rainforest, Brumers and his team uncover further evidence of human activity, including sprawling geoglyphs and massive roadways that stretch for miles across the landscape. These monumental discoveries shed new light on the rich cultural heritage of the Amazon, challenging long-held assumptions about the region's history and significance. Yet despite the tantalizing clues unearthed by Brumers and his team, the quest for El Dorado remains far from over. The Amazon basin, with its vast expanse and dense terrain, continues to guard its secrets, defying attempts to uncover the full extent of its mysteries. For now, aerial surveys and remote sensing technologies offer the best hope of unlocking the secrets of the Amazon, providing tantalizing glimpses into a world shrouded in mystery and intrigue. And though the search for El Dorado may continue for generations to come, the discoveries made by Brumers and his team serve as a testament to the enduring allure of the fabled city and the spirit of exploration that drives mankind ever onward. Thank you for watching. My name is Jeff. If you have found this video helpful, please subscribe and like the video. It helps the channel grow and provide similar content for your entertainment.